Hello everyone, this is Starstreamer65, and today I am bringing a review of Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Voyager class Predaking. So, here's the packaging. Predaking. Box is now gone. Here is Predaking in his beast mode. It is a dragon. Very fiery-esque appearance. Lots of orange, gold, and black. The head sculpt on this dragon mode is awesome. It is rubber, so I can, bend it. But it isn't super soft rubber like Ripsaw's head, for example. Articulation on the head is nice. You've got an opening jaw, which is on painted plastic. We can open that much, and it can close. Then you've got a pivot here. And you can also move these up and down, these pieces here on the back. Nice cool paint on these too. And then you also got this joint here, kind of semi-ratchet, kind of clicks, and it got much up. Then you also got a 360 movement here on the lower neck. So very nice indeed. The wings are on a, what's it called, pin here. So they can go that much forward, or that much back. You got a joint here. You got some movement like that. And then you also got a joint here that go that much down and that much up. Mine are a bit loose, so I do apologize if they fall over at inconvenient times. For posability purposes, I'm going to kind of move these out and get them out of the way, just they kind of hinder posability in certain poses. So articulation here, you got a full 360 at the shoulder. The shoulder can go, let's see, if you move this little spike out of the way here, you can get this to go that much out. Your rotation beneath the shoulder, you got about a 90-degree movement at the elbow, and you got a ball joint here at the foot, and you can also open and close. So a very articulate leg. Let me adjust the camera here. And you also got a rotation here, got a full 360 degrees movement, assuming that everything's out of the way that needs to be out of the way, like so. And then you also got a 90-degree movement at the knee, and the feet can pivot any which way that you want. So all in all, a very articulate dragon mode, and sadly the tail is just a brick. It cannot move. So here is Predaking, next to, in my opinion, who was his inspiration. Excuse me, there goes the camera. Next to Predaking. Here's Predaking next to Transformers and Scourge, who could have passed as Predaking personally. You can see how that was together. You can see the resemblance. Little Scourge has no wings. I think the deco is very similar. So very nice indeed. As far as the weapons or gimmicks go in this mode, we can get his legs fixed back here so he can stand. He has these, kind of like dual Hydra heads. They can get the photo motion here going on, like so. And they can fire. If you push this back far enough, they'll fire, like that. That's pretty cool. And there are two of them. And you can just peg them into these ports here on Predaking's shoulders. And you could get the whole three-headed dragon thing going on, like Scourge had. Which again, I think the designers had an inspiration from Scourge to do this. You can see that does look pretty cool. This looks like a bit weird sticking out, but these do look quite cool, and it's a nice little touch that they added. So for transformation, the Predaking, first of all you want to remove all weapons, which includes these dual dragon head things. And you want to remove the tail, which becomes a sword. You don't have to necessarily remove it, but I like to. And this is the sword. Looks more like a flame, like a flaming sword than a tail, but it is nice. It's a nice detail, and you have a nice gold paint on there at the tip. So put that off to the side. So now you've got a semi-tailless dragon. What you're going to do first is bring these wings forward and get them out of the way. Then you want to pretty much get this whole section back here, and you want to just pry it apart like that. And you get these two separate leg pieces like this. It's a mess, I know. Focus the camera. There we are. I want to take this piece here, rotate it like that, and just at the back. And then you want to bring these leg pieces down and rotate the waist around. Yes, he does have waist articulation, at least in robot mode. Then you want to bring this piece here down and rotate it like so. You want to flip this toe piece down, bring this piece out just to get it out of the way, and you want to then flip them over and bring this piece around like so. Flip this fin back if it's already back, and then you want to bring the foot back, and you get this peg here, which will peg into the slot back here, like so. And that will give you Predaking's first leg. And then you want to go back around, flip this one around this time. You don't have to flip the toe around, but you want to flip the fin all the way around again if you already haven't. And then this will peg in the same fashion back here. So now you have Predaking's legs. Let's get him to stand. Okay. Just the camera a bit. Okay. So next, you want to bring the wings back down to get them out of the way. You want to bring the shoulders down, like so. You want to put those down, and you want to rotate them down, or rotate them around the ball joint, and then you want to flip these shoulder spikes out, like so. They're behind the shoulders here. You want to rotate it down, rotate this, rotate the spike out, and it will just peg in. We're almost done with the gentleman. Okay, now you want to flip Predaking over, or kind of just rotate on 90 degrees. And then you want to... Anyways, you want to bring this chest piece down, and then you want to rotate Predaking's head around at the neck here, Predaking's dragon head, I should say. Like that, and you want to bring it down like so. Then you want to kind of push back on this section here. That will bring forth the robot head for Predaking. You got this peg here, you can see that, and you got a slot in here, and these will peg in and lock the chest assembly in, like that. You heard that click? That was that. Then you want to just ease Predaking's dragon head into this cavity back here, like so. And then you want to bring this back piece, which is part of the tail, up. And you have these little holes here, which will thread the spikes through. This is kind of cool. And it doesn't mush them all up. And it is a bit of a struggle, so I'm going to do this off camera. But it's kind of difficult to get them all lined up. And there you go. So then you have those hanging out the side there, out of the back. Which is nice. So you have a nice clean backpack. And then you can just angle the wings however you want. Personally, up until last night's episode, Evolution, this is how I like to display Predaking figure. Kind of having the wings off to his back like a cape. Well, last night, as far as the CGI model went, for my eyes, the wings were not splayed out like that. They were like up against his back, and it would have been like had a joint here, kind of like how they have it on the Ultimate Dragon Fighter Predaking, and you'd flip it in like that. So the best I can do on this toy, this does not involve any modding, is you just want to bring this, the shoulder, or the arm, upper arm, excuse me, the lower arm up, and then you want to bring the wing here, you want to fold it in, you want to bring it up, like so. Then you just fold that down. It's very clean. Do it again as a clarification. Bring the lower arm up, bring this out, fold this in, like so, and then you just bring this whole thing up, like so. And now you've got this backpack going on, which isn't bad. It doesn't really hamper portability any. Just bring his arms back, and this, more or less, in my opinion, is how Predaking looked on screen on Evolution. And I like this silhouette a lot better. It's a lot more humanoid before. I think that looks pretty darn spiffy. You can fold those up like that, back there. That's how I'll be displaying my Predaking figure. So as far as weapons go in this mode, again you have the sword, which you bring up the lower arm, open his hands, you gotta pay here, you can see that, and it will pay again to the slot there, and you're just gonna pay it in. Now it isn't the most solid configuration, but if you're going to leave him still, he will hold his sword nicely. But it is not a very stable grip. For example, with my finger, I can just push it out like that. It's a bit of a shame, but again, if your Predaking figure is stationary on a shelf, he will hold his sword no problem. As far as storage for this weapon goes, you can always peg it back into his tailpiece back here, like so. It does stick way up, kind of like Blitzwing's tank cannon, like so. But again, you do have the option. Speaking of which, I'd like to get a close-up on Predaking's head. His mouth actually opens, which I didn't think it would. It looked like it was kind of like a large chin or mouth plate, like Optimus Prime. You can see it's a very nice head sculpt, looks kind of like a crown. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to unpeg this tail back from back there. Okay. And then you also got these weapons again. And then you can peg them simply into his arms like that. And it's molded here so that it will fit his hand, which is kind of cool. And you can get something like this, which is cool, and you can still fire. But personally, that's all fine and dandy, but personally, I like to I personally like to peg these two weapons together. You have two of these, and they peg in like this, and they become geared together. So you do the one, and they both go down. Personally, I like doing them both, not put too much stress on one side. And you can peg these in still, but you can only use one of the ports. So this is off camera. And you can peg it in, and you can rotate his arm in, and it looks like he has a big rifle. That looks pretty cool in my opinion, but I prefer the sword. So I'll put those off to the side for now. So posability in this mode is similar to Dragon mode. You have, the head is on a swivel kind of ball joint. It might be a ball joint back there, I can't, no, it's just swivel. But it can go it can go up, or if you go down that much, you go down, it can go up that much, and it can rotate like so. The wings can go anywhere you want. This kind of does hinder the shoulder applicability a bit like this, but you can do a full 360 discussed before. You've got a rotation here, they can go out. You got a 90-degree elbow, and these rotate 90 degrees. You got a waist joint, which these do kind of hinder the wing configuration. Actually, he does not have a waist joint. I apologize. He does have it for transformation, but this piece back here locks his waist in place. My apologies. I have to get a waist joint. Shame. Okay, so you can pose these knee spikes however you want. You gotta go that much forward, that much back. You can go, nice out. You can go out. You can go that, and it's when you go out like that, it's at an angle, kind of like Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Which is kind of a shame. You can go that much on the knee. You can also rotate at the knee, and then the feet can kind of fit. So a very articulate figure. Let me get him into a pose here off camera. And he actually never used any of his weapons in the show yet thus far. He just used his fists, and when he punched things, stuff flew tremendous distances. It was kind of interesting to see. So here's Predaking pose. Not great, but yeah. So here is Predaking next to Claw, or Predakan. You can see how they look together. And Laserback, my only other Predakan figure thus far. So you can see how they look together. So, all in all, I think this is a tremendous figure. I recommend this over the Ultimate Beastfire Predaking. I think that is more for kids. I think this is more for collectors, and it is very detailed, very screen accurate. And seeing as that it actually does transform, there is no longer speculation as if to this robot mode is accurate to the CGI. So, this has been the video review for Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Voyager class Predaking. And this has been Smurf 625. Take care, and thank you for watching.